due to the nature of the offenses and number of victims. Your Honor, based on the facts of this case, it is clear that this was a horrendous murder. That was more than just a murder, it was an execution.
What drives a young man with a clean record and a bright future to snap and kill his whole family?
County Sheriff's Court, your emergency. Someone broke into our house. Our address is, I've been shot. My other family member's been shot. I need help immediately. Okay, I'm getting Cedar Rapids on the line here. I've been shot in the foot. Okay, sir, stay on the line. Stay with me. They should be answering. Give them the address right away.
911, what's the address of the emergency? Okay, what's going on?
Someone broke in.
Okay.
I've been shot.
You've been shot?
My dad's been shot.
Okay, hold on just a second. Are they still there?
No, they left.
They left? Did they come inside the house?
Yeah.
Okay, where were you shot at?
Downstairs.
No, on your body. On your body, where have you been shot?
Foot.
I'm sorry, where?
Left foot.
In your
Left foot?
Okay, how old are you?
20.
How old are you?
20.
20, okay. I've got help coming. Just stay on the line with me, okay? Do you know who it was that broke in?
What was that?
Do you know who broke in?
No.
Okay. Did you get a look at them?
No.
Could you tell if it was a man or a woman? A man? Could you tell if they were white, black, Hispanic? That's okay if you don't know. Just stay on the line with me, okay? What's your first name?
I'm Alex.
Alex, does that help come in, okay? Just stay on the line with me and don't hang up, okay? The number I have
I think I
You think what? You're doing just fine, Alex. Just stay on the line with me. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it just your foot?
Yeah.
When police arrived at the Cedar Rapids home, 20-year-old Alexander Jackson told them he'd been shot in the foot during a struggle with an intruder. He claimed the fight was with a black man wearing black clothes and green shoes, and that the two had wrestled over the family's Browning .22 caliber semi-automatic rifle. The moment the officers stepped inside, it was clear something was horribly wrong. In the living room, Alexander's father, Jan, lay motionless on the floor. Upstairs, they found his mother, Melissa, and his younger sister, Sabrina, both in their bedrooms, both killed by multiple gunshot wounds. Alexander was taken to the hospital for treatment, where police questioned him for nearly 4 hours.
All right, so you go to bed at about 11 last night on the porch. Were you the last one to go to bed?
Maybe. I think my mom was still.
You go to bed, and then what time did you wake up this morning?
I woke up and heard gunshots. I heard him downstairs, so I went downstairs. He was messing with my dad's gun.
What kind of gun?
22.
Alex, do you guys have, one of my coworkers is out at the house. They were hoping to get some video of this, what happened. You guys have like a DVR or anything? Camera system at your house?
There's a camera in front.
During the interrogation, they told him there was no evidence of anyone approaching the house.
And we're not here to, again, judge you. I mean, I think you're a nice guy. But something bad happened, and there's a reason why something bad happened. I know you know that reason, but I don't. And I want to understand it.
Okay, I don't know.
Well, you do. What happened that led to the events today? What caused this?
I don't know. I just woke up in the morning.
Okay. Well, you know that somebody hurt your family.
Yeah.
And you know who hurt your family.
No.
So the person that hurt your family was inside your home.
Who?
Well,
It's not me.
the evidence is pointing towards that you did.
Can't you do some, lab stuff?
Still, the 20-year-old stuck to his story. Even later, when questioned again at the police station, he continued to insist that he hadn't killed his parents or sister.
Who's using your phone at 6 a.m. to get on social media?
Maybe me? I don't know. I don't remember.
How could you use it at 6 if you were asleep till 8? You see what we're saying, Alex?
I
It's
look at
time
social media.
Alex, time to just, not the point. the gig's up, bud. We took into account your theory about a ski masked intruder coming in with the worst description on the planet, and we gave it due diligence. Okay? I told you we went into this, and there was nothing about this story that seemed like it was an intruder, right? But you didn't want to change your story. You wanted to stick with the intruder. And we want to be thorough. We've talked to your friends. We've talked to friends of your sisters. You know, we understand the baggage of the weight that you're under. You know, these things do not just come out of the blue. We took into account your story. And now that we've completely thrown that out, knowing that that's not possible, we're coming to you for an explanation. Not some story. A story's made up. Well, I didn't do it.
Are you ashamed? Is that why you don't want to tell us?
But the evidence told a different story. By the end of the night, Alexander Jackson was formally charged with their murders. So what drove him to do it? Investigators believed it was one of the most common motives: money. Jan Jackson had told his son to either get a job or move out of the house because he was failing college. That was also the only thing the 20-year-old was upfront with police about. With only $30 in his bank account, Alexander was not exactly financially stable, and he would have inherited his parents' estate valued at more than $2 million. During the trial, the jury was presented with evidence that challenged Alexander's version of events. Surveillance footage from the Jackson home and a neighboring house showed no sign of an intruder. A crime scene investigator testified that 2 palm prints on the murder weapon belonged to Alexander.
Would you expect the quality of a print to be that good if a struggle was ensuing over this firearm?
Not at all. If there's a struggle and somebody was gripping the gun there, that means there's forces on both sides, so that gun's going to be moving around. Prints are very delicate, so, you know, as we described earlier, if you slide your hand across something, it makes smear marks and kind of distorts the whole print. Those prints didn't really have any indication at all of that type of movement on the print. Means that they were large enough and of good quality enough. There's a lot of crisp detail in those prints.
The defense attempted to poke holes in the case.
The night before, Alex was with his family, having dinner, watching movies. Shortly after, Alex goes to his bedroom and retrieves this .22 Browning rifle. And that way, him and his father can clean this rifle. They had plans to go to the shooting range that next day. You'll hear that officers took multiple swabs from Alex, multiple swabs from areas around his body, that they tested different pieces of clothing that he had on. And officers found no other blood on Alex except from his own body.
They pointed to a third, unidentified fingerprint on the rifle that couldn't be traced and questioned the reliability of the motion detection cameras at the scene. In contrast, the prosecution highlighted the fact that Alexander never called out for his mother or sister during his 911 call, arguing this was because he already knew that they were dead. Blood spatter near his bed suggested he had shot himself there, not in the downstairs living room where he claimed to have struggled with an intruder.
The defendant's concocted story of a phantom burglar shows the defendant acted out of malice and calculated intent to get away with these murders, and he's clearly a danger to the community.
The rifle became a critical focus of the trial. A firearms expert testified that the gun's unusual reloading process was so complicated that even they had to look up an online tutorial to figure it out. This made it unlikely that a random intruder could have used the weapon so efficiently. But for someone familiar with the gun, like Alexander, reloading would have been second nature. Family, friends, and Eagle Scout leaders told the court that the 20-year-old was not a violent person and that he was not capable of the crime.
As to each of the 3 counts, form of verdict 2 has been executed. We, the jury, find the defendant, Alexander Jackson, guilty of the offense of murder in the first degree.
The jury disagreed, Alexander Jackson was guilty of murdering his entire family. In March 2023, the judge handed down 3 consecutive life sentences with no possibility of parole. When Donovan Gaines stepped into his parents' home, his worst fears were confirmed.
Murray 911, what's the address emergency?
Hey, my name is Donovan Gaines, and I just came home to my mom's house, and my parents are they're on the ground. Oh my gosh.
What's the address?
Yeah, sir.
What is the address that you're at? Okay, and what's going on with them?
They're dead. They're dead.
Both of them?
They're dead.
How old are they?
It looks like 60 or 50. I don't know, sir. I just need somebody to come by.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Does it appear self-inflicted or of natural cause?
No. No, it's not self-inflicted. Oh my gosh.
All right.
It's not self-inflicted, sir. Please. Sir, I'm sorry?
Do you see their chest rising or falling at all?
Sir, they're gone, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I need to go because.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. Yeah, I have.
Listen to me.
Please,
Donovan, listen to me, okay? I know what you're going through is a rough time. What I want you to do is I want you to go outside and just stay outside for me.
Well, I don't know if I think my brother was here, and I don't know if he did this or not.
What's your brother's
name? His name is Demondre. And my 2 kids are in, and I'm actually afraid to stay here. I don't want to stay here.
What's Demondre's last name?
Gaines. Demondre Gaines.
Okay. What do you think he did?
Sir, they got stab wounds.
They were stabbed? Okay.
Yes, sir. Please. Can I at least get my kids in the car?
Yeah. Let me see. Our guys,
I can at least get in the car.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to sit in your car and wait there? That's probably the safest way to do it. Because they're going to want to talk to you. But we've got help with you, and they're not too far away. They're already on James Campbell.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay.
56-year-old Christopher and 51-year-old Katrina Gaines were found dead from multiple stab wounds. Donovan's 2 small children, who had been in the home during the attack, were unharmed. As officers began their investigation, Donovan expressed fears that his brother, Demondre, might have been involved. Police quickly identified 27-year-old Demondre Gaines as the primary suspect. He had disappeared, along with his mother's black 2018 Nissan Altima.
Evidence recovered from the crime scene proves that the death of Christopher and Katrina Gaines to be the result of a brutal stabbing attack. 27-year-old son, Demondre Gaines, is responsible for this attack upon these 2 individuals. Warrants have been signed for Mr. Demondre Gaines for the arrest of him for 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault resulting in death, and 1 count of theft of motor vehicle.
Believing Demondre to be armed and dangerous, law enforcement agencies launched a multi-state manhunt. Several days later, a tip led investigators to a budget motel in Memphis, nearly 200 miles from the crime scene. Officers apprehended the suspect without incident. The murder stunned the community. Christopher and Katrina Gaines, active members of Wayman Chapel African Methodist Episcopal Church, were known for their kindness and strong faith. Over 100 people attended a vigil to honor their memory, with friends and neighbors describing them as pillars of the community. Bandplay, a prominent music producer and Christopher Gaines' biological son, shared his heartbreak on social media, calling the loss devastating and urging anyone with information about his brother's actions to come forward. Investigators have not released a motive, leaving family and friends struggling to understand what led to the killings. Demondre Gaines had no criminal history of prior conflicts with his parents, and no domestic disturbances had ever been reported at the home. The case took another turn in July 2024 when the victim's life insurance filed a lawsuit against both Donovan and Demondra Gaines over life insurance claims. The lawsuit asked the court to decide who should receive the payout. If Demondra is found responsible for the murders, he would be barred from receiving the money under laws that prevent anyone from profiting from a crime they committed. While the criminal proceedings continue, the life insurance money remains in limbo, awaiting the court's decision. And as of now, specific details about Demondra's case, including trial dates or verdicts, are not readily available to the public. By the time Freddie Green called 911, his story was already clouded with uncertainty. A 2-hour delay and scattered details revealed a family unraveling, strained by tension, addiction, and a tragedy that could not be undone.
911, what's the address of the emergency? What's going on there?
My dad the other day, long story short, okay, it's a family disturbance, and the other day he had the gun, and he said he was going to shoot me, and he had the gun loaded, cocked, bullet in the chamber, and my little brother stopped him. Well, a little bit ago he started again, and he went and grabbed the gun, and I took it from him, and I fired, and I shot him.
Okay, you shot him?
Yeah, I took the gun from him, and he said something about grabbing another gun, so I fired.
All right, so now hold on a second. Is he conscious? We're 70 out.
He's dead.
He's dead? All right, hold on 1 second. All right, let me get the ambulance and the police started there, okay? Is there anybody at the home with you?
My wife.
Okay. How old is he?
Station 41, 41, response 470 Oxford, Unit B, subject shot, possible non-breather. Medic 41, Station 41, response 470 Oxford, Unit B is on board. Person shot, possible non-breather. Requested Fairview in Georgetown, 2040.
Okay.
I know he's dead, man. This happened a little bit ago.
Okay, where is he, and where was he shot?
In the bedroom.
In the bed. I understand in the bedroom. Where?
Hit his head. I was trying to hit his back, but I got his head.
Where is the gun?
I had to take it apart and clean everything out.
Okay, I know, but where did you put the weapon?
It's in the kitchen.
Okay, it's in the kitchen?
Yeah, on the counter.
Okay, all right. I mean, to make sure that you put the weapon away and it's not in your possession, okay?
Well, ma'am, it's not. I'm going to actually do it.
Okay, now can I get your name? I'm sorry, what's your name?
41. Would you like to speak with my wife?
Okay, now listen to me, okay? I need you to walk outside. Are you there?
Yeah,
I need you to walk outside with your hands up so that they know that you don't have the weapon.
Do you hear me?
No, I did not. Say it again.
I can hear him coming.
Okay, that's right. But they told me they want you to walk outside with your hands up just so they know that you do not have the weapon.
I'm standing outside by the light with my hands up.
Okay.
Pulling it back now.
Okay, they're coming.
Yeah, they're in front of my house.
All right. They're going to come out and want to talk to you, so just make sure that they know you do not have the weapon.
I'm on the phone with her. I got a female behind him coming out.
Okay, that's his wife.
Down on the ground. Me too. Down on the ground.
Okay.
Officers found 64-year-old Sidney Green in his bedroom, fatally shot in the back of the head. His son, a 42-year-old struggling with heroin addiction, had recently moved in after separating from his wife. What was meant to be a fresh start quickly turned tense, the relationship strained by years of conflict. Before the confrontation, Freddie admitted to using heroin and cocaine. He claimed self-defense, saying his father had reached for another gun after being disarmed. The shot, he explained, was meant for Sidney's back or shoulder, but struck the back of his head instead. However, the scene told a different story. Sidney's gun was later recovered in the kitchen, casting doubt on Freddie's version of events. Nearby, investigators also found a syringe containing heroin and cocaine, and forensic tests confirmed he was under the influence at the time of the shooting. After his arrest 6 hours later, Freddie faced 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of felonious assault. His bond was set at $500,000. The case moved slowly, with the first trial ending in a mistrial due to a hung jury. In the second trial, prosecutors argued that Freddy shot Sidney at close range, approximately 3 feet. Defense attorneys, however, maintained that the shooting occurred during a chaotic struggle and was an act of self-defense. The jury ultimately sided with the prosecution. On October 25, 2017, nearly a year after the incident, Freddy was convicted of murder. He was sentenced to 18 years to life in prison on November 27, 2017. Freddy Green will not be eligible for parole until he is in his late 50s. Late on a Saturday night, Melissa Dowdy wakes up to an overwhelming smell of gasoline. Her call to 911 reveals a chilling truth. Her home, with her family inside, is minutes away from being set on fire.
Okay, caller, what is the emergency?
We just woke up to a can of gasoline in the middle of our bedroom floor, and my husband went outside to see if anyone was around, and the young man that goes to school with my son was driving away on his bike with one of my son's book bags.
Okay.
And we would like to go confront this child, and we don't want to do it without a cop.
Okay. Just a second. I'll update the call. One moment. Because apparently I had received another 911 call from your address. I don't know if you got disconnected or what.
That's weird.
Just a second. Okay, what is your last name? And your first name? Are you white, black, or Hispanic?
White.
It's just some of the questions we have to ask that. And your date of birth? And was this person staying over at your house?
So he wasn't.
Okay.
He asked to go to an event with us yesterday, and we said no. So my husband woke up. I woke him up and said we smell gas. Ran outside. Our back garage door was open and our gate, and my husband physically caught him leaving our property.
Okay.
I mean, he literally had to break into our house.
All right. And what is the name of the person? Is he white, black, or Hispanic?
He's white, and he has a handicap with his arm and his leg.
You know about how old he is? Right.
Yes, baby, I told him he rides a bicycle.
And what do you mean by he has handicap on his arm and leg? What do you mean by that?
He walks with a thing with his leg. And
what color is the bicycle?
Good question. Do you know the color of his bike? Blue.
And what direction did he go?
He lives off of, which direction did he go?
He went south.
He went south. It reeks like gasoline in there. She doesn't need to be in there.
And do you know his exact address that he lives at?
His exact address, what's it called? I don't know the exact address.
Okay.
We can meet him there.
Okay. No, you can just stay at your house. Officer's going to come and make contact with you at your house. If anything changes with your situation, they'll be out there. Just call us back. It should be there within 45 minutes or less, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
The Dowdy family had lived in the quiet Lakeland neighborhood for over a decade. Neighbors described them as reserved but friendly, a normal family in a peaceful community. Behind closed doors, 16-year-old Baxton Dowdy was harboring dark thoughts. For weeks, he had been planning to kill his parents and older sister by setting their house on fire as they slept. The plan began to unfold just before midnight on May 16, 2015. Baxton texted his friend, Brandon Flint, asking him to come over at 1 a.m. But when Brandon arrived, he wasn't invited inside. Instead, Baxton met him outside and handed over a black bag filled with a few personal items, earbuds, a phone charger, and 2 stuffed animals. Keepsakes he said he wanted to remember his family by. While his friend waited outside, the teen went back into the house. He poured gasoline through his parents' bedroom and other parts of the home, creating a trail meant to block any chance of escape. But when he tried to ignite the fuel, the sock he used as a makeshift torch wouldn't catch fire. The commotion woke his mother, and Baxton abandoned the plan, fleeing back to his bedroom. When deputies arrived, Baxton tried to shift the blame, claiming Brandon had broken into the house and should be charged with burglary. But text messages between the two quickly revealed the truth, unraveling his story. And once the 16-year-old was faced with the evidence, he confessed. Baxton told detectives he felt overwhelmed by stress, adjusting to a new school, struggling with grades, and dealing with puberty. His solution, he said, was to eliminate his family entirely. They also found out that the teen had mentioned the idea to Brandon weeks earlier, but his friends assumed it was a joke and didn't report Baxton's statement. The 16-year-old was taken into custody and faces 3 counts of attempted murder. His charges and the outcome of them were not made public. For more True 911 calls, watch this episode next.